Yep, we're feeling it. We got some really good suggestions today for entitled parents. This is entitled mother blames the devil when a kid has a better grade than her own child. I just can't get enough of this shit right now. I'm really fucking feeling it. So let's get into it, man. Play.
Hit that like button and subscribe. And today we have more human garbage.
Garbage?
Entitled parents. Entitled parent wants me exercised over a pizza party invitation.
Alright.
This story is back in the 80s when I was in 5th grade.
Oh, that makes a whole lot of sense when you go back in the day.
It's long, so too long didn't read at the end. Our cast of characters: EP, the entitled parent; NK, her nice kid who deserved better parents; me, that kid you hated in school who aced everything without trying.
Alright.
In the middle of 5th grade, I switched
I'll see you later, love.
schools mid-year to a very religious private school because my mother freaked out over a drug bust in my
elementary
school. The teacher got caught smoking weed in her car during lunch. Hardly a horror story.
Okay.
We weren't religious at all, and I was literally the only kid in 5th grade that didn't go to the church affiliated with the school. Every quarter when grades came out, they named a star pupil in each class and made a huge deal out of it.
Yeah.
That kid got called up on stage at an assembly, given a bunch of privileges for it that were mostly silly, lion leader type stuff, and got to go to a pizza party the Friday afternoon after grades came out.
Which, let's be honest, dude, in elementary school, pizza parties were fucking lit, bro.
They gave out a literal golden ticket to the pizza party in the report card of the big winner. What I didn't know was that nice kid had won that golden ticket every single quarter since she was in pre-K. She was a very sweet girl who worked 10 times harder than everybody else and was rightly proud of her accomplishments.
Okay.
When we got our report cards in class, I opened mine up and found that golden
Congratulations.
ticket. I had no idea what it even was, as it was just a picture of pizza, and turned to the kid behind me to ask. There was a yelp of shock and the kid demanded to see my report card, thinking I accidentally been given nice kids. Nope, it was mine. The room went weirdly silent as everybody realized what happened.
So they weren't even like celebrating you, they were just like, oh, so he got it.
Then nice kid congratulated me and made some kind of comment about how she'd have to work harder to beat me next time.
Right, that's fine.
You'd think this would be the end of it, as nice kid couldn't have been more gracious, but no. The next day I got to school and heard screeching coming from the classroom. Everybody's awkwardly standing outside waiting to be let in, and sure enough, it's entitled parent throwing a hissy fit.
What?
Her precious nice kid couldn't possibly have lost. It's not fair. I was new. Clearly I'd had the material before and it wasn't fair to compare us. Nice kid worked so hard. She deserved it. Blah, blah, blah. She demanded nice kid be given a ticket to the pizza party.
So just change all the rules now. I got
all
it.
the special privileges and called up on stage at the assembly. How dare they embarrass nice kid like that? On and on she yelled. We were hanging out in the hall a good 20 minutes past when school started.
And you were in front of the line, because you're line leader now, bitch.
Listening to this endless screeching. Entitled parent finally stormed off to the office where she reported me for not going to church and being a Satanist.
Okay. Well then, that's a quick turnaround.
She full tilt tried to get me kicked out of school. This being a very religious school, I got called down to the office so they could find out if I had taken Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, if I've ever been baptized, and if my family were Satanists. You're kidding me.
You're elementary
The whole time, entitled parent is screeching up a storm outside the vice principal's office about wanting proof. I'm not possessed by a demon. I don't go to church. I'm not baptized. I could be harboring Satan himself. She was full tilt calling for me to be exorcised and kicked out of the school before I infect her perfect nice kid. In fact, I probably already had, and that's why nice kid hadn't gotten the top grades that quarter.
Because you sold your soul in elementary school for good grades. I like all the grade-based content we're getting here today.
Satan was testing them. Did they know how hard nice kid worked? I probably cheated. Satan always cheats. In the name of Jesus, let nice kid go to the pizza party.
The pizza party.
I had a very awkward chat about Jesus and if my family practices Satanism with the vice principal. He assured me that I was not in trouble, was not going to be kicked out of school, and was going to the pizza party.
And you get pizza, huh?
You'd think this would be the end of it, but not for entitled parent. Friday arrived, and after the assembly, all of us golden ticket holders headed to the classroom where they held the pizza party.
Congratulations again.
The pizzas weren't there yet, so we hung out a while. And a while longer. And it started to get weird. The office ladies running it called the pizza place a couple times and kept telling us 5 minutes for about an hour. Finally, entitled parent showed up with a stack of pizza boxes. Turns out her husband owned the pizza place and donated the pizzas every quarter.
What? That makes so much more sense.
A stench of char wafted in with entitled parent, and she literally hurled the boxes at a table from several feet away. They went sliding all the way across it and onto the floor. A couple of the boxes opened, and the smell was enough to turn stomachs. Those pizzas were burnt to the consistency of charcoal.
Why would they? Who set this up and said, maybe we should order from a different pizza place? Huh? One person could have said, what's her face's daughter didn't win today. She's upset. Maybe we should order different pizzas.
The littlest kids, they were as young as 4 from the pre-K classes,
exactly.
Started crying. Entitled parent shrugged and told the gobsmacked office lady that it's all we deserve for stealing pizzas from nice kid's mouth and embarrassing her in front of the whole school.
And her father's in on it. What terrible individuals.
After that, entitled parent was banned from school grounds, and she pulled nice kid out of school in protest.
Okay.
They quit the church too.
Oh.
We had another pizza party the following Friday. They ordered from somewhere else. It was too close to the end of school to order more on the original day.
Fucking crazy. Pizza-based hate because your kid didn't win? Insane, but I love it. That was a good one.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, I deserve a luxury car. While my car is in your shop, or your services I will drop. Sorry about the length of this post, too long didn't read at the end. A couple of years ago, I had started working in the front office of a collision repair center. Let's call it Fix-It Queen. The shop specialized in fixing damaged cars from auto accidents, but sometimes had to take on mechanical repair work as well. We had, at the time, 2 mechanics with about 50 years of combined experience and certifications.
Okay.
4 or 5 painters, 3 detail guys to wash and vacuum cars, and 8 repair technicians. My job was to estimate the damage, submit our estimate cost to the customer or insurance company, whoever was paying, and secure payment for the estimate. This took place in January or February after a recent snowfall. The customer, I'll call her Emma, came in with 2 small children, probably no older than 6 or 7 years old. Her accident hadn't injured the children, but her Audi SUV had slid on a patch of ice and struck a guardrail, damaging the back quarter panel in both doors. As part of the customer service process, I introduced myself and sat down to discuss a few things with her. I basically knew she was going to be trouble when her first remark was, "Oh, you're the guy I'm supposed to talk to? I thought I'd have someone different."
What's wrong with me?
I let the implications of that statement go, laughed it off, and explained the repair process. I asked if she was having her car repaired at our shop, and she said she had questions.
Like what?
Did we use Audi parts? Yes, we had a deal with a local Audi
That's actually a really good
dealership
question.
and used their parts store for Audi and several other high-end vehicles. How long would repairs take?
That's another good question.
Less than 2 weeks. Everything needed to be replaced, then repainted to match. We would check all the doors and sensors and even test drive her car before calling her to state it was fixed. Were the repairs guaranteed?
Another great question.
Yes, for as long as she owned the car, we would guarantee any paint and parts put on her car. We would also provide invoices from the Audi parts store. Did we have a rental car available? No.
Another great question.
The rental was handled by her insurance company.
There we go.
Now,
Simple.
Fix-It Queen had a partnership with her insurance company,
lady.
so the insurance had already sent her a rental car company that came to pick her up.
Oh.
I presented Emma with a contract power of attorney that reiterated what I had said verbally, advised that she pick up any belongings, and in 11-point font stated that any work done would have to be paid for before her vehicle could leave the shop.
Yes, which is true as fuck, lady. You can't just hire us and not pay us.
We didn't use small print for our contracts because corporate said so. I told Emma that she would owe a $500 deductible, according to her insurance company, when she came to pick it up. Emma signed, and I made a copy of her driver's license.
This is another day at the office. This cannot go poorly. I've covered everything. You've even paid. How does this go wrong, lady?
Emma went outside with the rental car company agent. Let's call her Mystique. I filed her paperwork and returned to the lobby area to find Mystique and Emma standing there, both frustrated. Emma was mad that the rental car being given to her was a Chevy Impala and not an Audi. Do you have an Audi or similar vehicle you could rent out to her? No, we don't do rentals. We fix damaged cars. We don't rent them out. Emma sucked her teeth. That's very rude of you to say. My insurance company said they would have another car like mine here for pickup, and I want another car like mine. I have 2 small children, and I need to keep them safe.
Emma, baby, we just talked about this like 4 seconds ago. Why are you pretending like you don't know me now? We just talked about this.
I explained again to Emma that we could not do this, and she huffed, then sat down to call her insurance company.
Don't talk to me.
Mystique sat down to play on her phone. I guess I should explain that Fix-It Queen had a lobby area, and they were sitting on the sofas in the lobby, with Emma's 2 children playing around them. Emma talked very loudly to her insurance agent, and to escape the noise, I went to do my job. I went to Emma's Audi SUV, drove it into the shop, and assigned it to a technician. When I returned to my office, Emma was still on the phone yelling about the substandard rental car. My boss came to the door of my office and asked what was going on, so I explained and told him I was taking care of it.
Don't worry about it.
I continued to ignore Emma's ranting on the phone and threats to drop her insurance company so I could call the Audi dealership to order parts. My contact there verified the parts and guaranteed delivery by the end of the workday. I sent the order to her insurance company to have payment transferred to us and went to tell Emma the good news. After a few more minutes, Emma got off the phone. She had been in the lobby for a little over an hour.
Jesus.
I asked how things had gone with her insurance. Emma basically stated that she was going to take her car and leave, and would drop her insurance as no one was helpful.
Okay.
I asked Emma to hold on and went to the shop to find her car. Auto repair technicians usually work pretty quickly because the more cars they work on, the more money they can get paid.
Right.
I found Emma's Audi SUV with both doors removed, the rear bumper loosened, and the tech was working to remove the right taillight.
It's too late.
All these steps were necessary to replace the damaged doors and quarter panel. I returned inside and told Emma what had happened. She shrieked at me, and grabbed her hair because we had already started working on her car. She accused us of working on her car without permission, threatened to sue us, and called me an idiot.
Wait, what?
I went to the office, made a quick copy of her signed contract, and brought it to Emma. I told her that she...
Lady, we just signed the paperwork. I got it right here.
Had given us legally binding permission to work on her car, and that we had begun work per that agreement.
Yeah.
I also told her that in accord with our work authorization, if she chose to remove her car, she would first have to pay the fees for the work already done.
Right.
We would stop work until we could verify how we would receive payment. I also told her that Mystique would be able to advise the rental car company's fees on upgrading her rental.
Right.
Over the next 3 days,
what is the problem, lady?
Emma called several times. Her insurance called several times. And other collision repair shops called several times. Everyone wanted to know how repairs were going, what was going on, etc. My answers were always the same. Emma owed a $200 bill for the labor involved in starting the repairs and canceling the parts order. And after the first 24 hours, we were charging $25 per day in storage. We would not do any further work until we were paid for what had been done. By the end of the week, Emma came in personally, talked to my boss, and agreed the repairs as she was paying out of pocket for an Audi rental for her children. Her car was fixed by the end of the following week, but I think her insurance ended up dropping her because we charged them for storage fees in accordance with the
So the insurance did end up paying the stuff, though.
Too long didn't read. Entitled Mom tried to pull a con. She was quite muffed and put on. We charged her for work, she acted like a jerk, but her car repairs were done.
Okay, that's actually a good story. I like these ones. You know, you guys, we talk about it a lot, but I'm just saying I like when the stories end real. You know what I mean? They don't end with, then she had to put up her daughters for adoption because she's such a terrible mom. You know what I mean? Like, that's a real ending. The lady had to come up out of pocket and she lost her insurance for being a bitch. Don't be that kind of person, man. Well, holler at you guys the next time, dude. Thank you guys for everything. I'm gonna help Nico fill out some job application stuff. And congratulations on everybody else who got jobs this weekend. I almost forgot to tell you that. I'm so proud of you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.